The Pacific island of Guam is caught in the middle of a potential war between North Korea and the United States, and the island continues to feel the weight of U.S. military presence. Joseph Ricci has more.
In August of last year, President Trump promised fire and fury to North Korea. But the United States could also face the fire and fury of Kim Jong-un's now extensive nuclear capabilities. While North Korea has the potential to strike the mainland U.S., it has for some time been able to strike the U.S.'s Pacific territories. The island of Guam sits in the western Pacific. It's been a U.S. holding since 1898. U.S. military currently keeps about 7,000 servicemen on the island. 5,000 Marines were deployed to the island on a 6-month military rotation back in 2015, the tip of the spear of U.S. military power in Asia.
Guam is used as sort of what the U.S. has called us the tip of the spear, right? And so the U.S. postures itself here in Guam with really big bases and a lot of military exercises and training to kind of flex its muscles in Asia. And so, Guam has regularly is sort of threatened by North Korea or China as a place that if they were going to, sort of make a statement to the U.S. or retaliate against the U.S., they would bomb Guam.
But the U.S. military has moved more than just troops to the island since the increase in warlike rhetoric with North Korea. In January, several B-2 bombers returned to the island. Earlier this month, a new squadron of B-1 bombers reached the island. Meanwhile, islanders are protesting President Trump's approval of a new naval base on the island and plans to create a new firing range on Andersen Air Force Base.
And what they ended up choosing is another location, which is on Andersen Air Force Base. It's called Northwest Field, but it's atop another ancient village that actually even has more cultural and historical significance in terms of many more cultural resources that will be cut off to the community. And so because the firing range will be above there, the surface danger zone for the multi-purpose machine gun range extends over the entire refuge, or a large portion of the refuge. So while the range is in use, which is up to 36 weeks a year, we will not be able to access this area.
Protest on the island continues to be an increasing part of the islanders' life. Among the protesters' complaint, the U.S. military is the real threat to the island.
While some people believe the United States military brings greater protection, a lot of people have also said, though, that the military's presence itself is providing the threat to Guam. So, for example, with the contemporary issues of North Korea's provocations towards Guam and how they've stated that they have missiles that can bomb Guam, it's precisely because it's the United States government and military that's stationed in Guam.
North Korea is not threatening Guam and the people of Guam. North Korea is threatening the United States, right? Just like Japan didn't attack the people of Guam, they attacked the United States. So that's something really important in terms of our community consciousness, is starting to make those distinctions.
But in spite of North Korea's participation in the Olympic Games, the U.S. continues to ramp up rhetoric against the country. It is unlikely Guam will be left out of the spat. The UN, however, has ruled Guam has the right to self-determination. A vote the U.S. delegate to the UN opposed. In Washington, Joseph Ricci, RT.